Students, how are you all? All of you are fine? I hope you are all fine and safe in the home, isn't it? Students, now in this session, we are going to start the new chapter. Okay, so far we have completed the rational number. Chapter 1 we have completed, and now in this session we are entering into the new chapter, which is chapter number 2, measurements. Students, I am going to give you the introduction based on this measurements first. For that introduction, I am going to ask you some questions. Okay, the answer you are going to give me is in either yes or no. That format only you are going to give me the answer. Okay, now you will think one answer in your mind. No, that answer I will say. Okay, now you check whether your answer and what I am saying that answer are correct. You are going to check. Okay, now shall I start asking the question? The first question I am going to ask you is, if you want to stitch a new dress, you are taking the material to the tailor and you are asking the tailor to stitch the dress without any measurement. Will the tailor say okay? Say yes or no. Okay, without measurement, the tailor will stitch your dress. Say yes or no. What your mind is saying? I hope all the mind are saying no. Isn't it? Yes, we'll keep that. We'll go for the next question. Okay, suppose your father is planning for the house construction. Okay, whether your father will start the construction without any measurement, will he start? Say yes or no. I think again your mind is saying no, isn't it? Yes, we'll keep that also aside. Now we'll go for the third question. If you want to find the distance between two places, will you able to find the distance without any measurement? Think. You have to say either yes or no. Tell me. The answer is what? No, isn't it? Yes, the answer is no. Why we cannot stitch the dress without any measurement? Why we cannot build the house without any measurement? Why we cannot find the distance between two places without measurement? Because for all those things we need measurement. Clear? So from this conclusion is what? An important aspect in everyone's day-to-day life is to measure. Okay, see from the morning, okay, your milkman is coming to your home. He is pouring the milk. Without measurement, will he is pouring the milk? No, he is pouring with the measurement only and giving to you. Isn't it? So, your mother is cooking one food. Your mother will see the measurement of the salt and then only will add. Isn't it? And then only she will add. Isn't it? So, for everything we need measurement. In day-to-day life, for everything we are using the concept measurement. Clear, students? Now in this session I am going to start the chapter 2, measurements. Now more interesting things you are going to learn from this chapter. Okay, shall we start this session? Yes, the first concept you are going to learn in this is parts of a circle. Okay, I think you all know what is parts of a circle having, isn't it? Because from the lower class you have learned that. You have learned what is radius, what is diameter and what is chord. You have learned, isn't it? So anyhow, we'll recall one more time. First, we'll see about the diameter. Okay. Okay, first we'll see about the diameter. What is the diameter? A straight line, a straight line, pausing from one end of a circle, from one end of a circle to another, through the center of the circle, a straight line is passing means that line we will say it as the diameter. Diameter means it should pass through only the center. Okay, now next concept we'll see about the radius. Okay, a point from the center of the point, if you draw any line to its boundary. Boundary means this is the boundary, isn't it? So that line we will say it as what? Radius. Okay, now what is this chord? Chord means what? If any 2 points, here 1 point, here 1 point, any 2 points is circle, joined, this point and this point is joined by what? Line segment, isn't it? Through line only these 2 points are joined, isn't it? So, joined by a line segment, then this line segment is called a chord. Clear, student? Then this line segment is called the chord. You can ask me question, ma'am, whether diameter is a chord? Obviously, diameter is also a chord, but that is the longest chord in the circle. Okay? See, that is very important concept. The longest chord of a circle is what? Diameter. Okay? So, this is very important one mark. The longest chord of a circle is dash. If they are given, what you have to write? You have to write diameter. Clear, students? And you all know radius. Radius is equal to what? Diameter of, we will say it as the radius. In diameter, the off portion is what? Radius. So, radius is equal to diameter by 2. We are having the formula. Clear, students? The next concept we are going to learn is what is the central angle of your circle? What is the central angle of your circle? 360 degree. Okay, the central angle of your circle is 360 degree. Why we are saying 360 degree? What is the angle of a straight line? So the angle of the straight line is 180 degree and the down 180 degree if you are having. So we are getting one circle, isn't it? So 180 plus 180 is what? 360 degree. So we are saying the central angle of a circle is 360 degree. Clear, student? These are the concepts we have learnt in the lower class. Okay, now we have recalled. Now we are entering into the main concept. Okay, now what is the main concept? First we are going to learn is, we are going to learn about the sector. Okay, I think you have learned this also in 7th standard, but now one more time we'll study in 8th standard also. Okay, now we are going to learn about sector. Okay, don't think that this is a circle. Imagine in your mind, this is the pizza or cake, like that you imagine. This is a circle, this is not a circle. Imagine either it is a pizza or it is a cake, like that you imagine. Okay, so you either it pizza or it is a cake, you are taking one partition from that, okay, from that food material. Okay, I am going to take this as pizza. Okay, so I am going to take one part from the pizza. So, see how I am going to take this with two radii. Radii means what? It passing from the center, isn't it? So, this side one radii and this side one radii, and this is the arc. Okay, so now this portion we can say it as what? Sector. Okay, so sector means what? A sector is the area. So this is one area, isn't it? The sector is the area enclosed between two radii. In between what we are having? Sector. So that is enclosed with what? Two. This side one radii and this side one radii. And an arc. In down it is enclosed with what? Arc. Okay, this is the arc. Okay, see, I have taken this portion, I have drawn here separately. Clear? This is the sector enclosed with two radii and an arc. Clear all of you what is sector? Yes. Now you can ask me one question. Ma'am, after taking this part here, if you leave this part, again I am having this radii with arc, isn't it? Then that also sector means yes, that portion is also sector. So only I am writing this in a small portion we are taking as minor sector. Minor sector means smaller area. Okay, here is smaller area we are having. So smaller area, this portion we are going to take it as minor area. Major sector. Okay, the remaining area will take it as major sector. Clear? This inside is called the minor sector. The remaining portion is called the major sector. I have written there. Will you able to see there? Yes. Sector means what? Sector is the area enclosed between two radii and an arc. Clear all of you? Sector? Yes. Next we will see what is segment. Okay. Now see here. Now you consider this is a cake. Okay. We have considered here this is a pizza. Now consider this is a cake. Okay. So we are cutting the cake like this. Okay. We will not cut like that in your imagine. Okay. We are cutting the cake in this shape. Okay. So now this portion there. Okay. This portion is called the segment. Okay, the area enclosed within an arc and a chord. Chord means what I have told. Chord means what? A two point joined together by a line segment. That line segment is called the chord. So, see here again a 2 point joined by the line segment. That line segment is called the chord. A chord is also the segment. Clear? A area enclosed within an arc and an chord. Okay, the area from enclosed with what? Here chord, here arc we are having. So enclosed between chord and an arc is called what? Segment. Okay, the area enclosed between two radii and an arc is called what? Sector. The area enclosed between chord and an arc is called what? Segment. Clear the difference between sector and segment? Yes. Now see the same concept here only. The smaller area we will take as the minor segment and the remaining big portion we will take as the major segment. Major, the word major itself larger. Okay, so larger. So this smaller area will take it as the minor segment. The remaining full portion we will take it as the major segment. Students, all of you are clear about what is sector and what is segment? Yes. Next, we'll see the formulas based on the sectors. Clear all of you up to this? Friends, next we'll see what is the formula for length of the arm and area of the sector we are going to see. See what I have written first. The central angle of the circle is 360 degree. Okay, what is the central angle of the circle? 360 degree. See, 0 to 45 degree, 45 to 90, 90 to 135, 135 to 180, 180 to 225, 270, 315. Again it coming to 360 degree. So 0 to 360 degree. Okay, so the central angle of the circle is what? 360 degree. Second, what I have written? If the circle is divided into n equal sectors. Okay, so for what we have seen? We have seen what is sector and we have seen what is segment. Isn't it? What is sector? Sector means it is enclosed with two radii and one arc is the sector. Isn't it? So, the circle is divided into n equal sector, which means, see, this is one sector, this is one sector, this is one sector, this is one sector, this, everything is a sector. Because each sector is having two radii and one arc. Isn't it? So, this everything is a sector. N equal sector. Okay, so if here is 45 degree, then here also 45 degree, 45 degree, 45 degree, 45 degree, 45 degree, 45 degree. Equal sector means if all the degree will be same. Okay, so how to find the degree? Means the formula is then central angle of each of the sector theta is equal to 360 degree divided by n. Okay, how we have to find means you know theta is equal to 360. How many? Now consider this is a circle. In this circle, how many sector we are having? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are having 8 sectors, isn't it? So you have to divide 360 degree divided by 8 you have to divide. So what answer you are getting? That is the theta. Okay, that is the angle. Clear all of you? Clear all of you? The second point? Yes. Next, third one is circumference of the circle. You all know what is the circumference of the circle, isn't it? Circumference of the circle formula is 2 pi r units. Okay, for circumference you should not put square unit, you have to write just units. Clear? Fourth one is area of the circle. Area of the circle formula is what? Pi r square. Okay, area of the circle is pi r square. Wherever you are having area, you have to write square units. Okay. Now, see the fifth one. The ratio of the central angle varies from theta to 360 degree. Isn't it? So, now how can we find from this, how can we find the length of the arc? So, in how they will ask you in the question means, find the length of the arc. Find the area of the sector. Like that only they will ask you the question. So wherever they were asking to find the length of the arc means you are going to use this formula. What formula? So that varies from theta to 360 degree. So theta is theta divided by 360 degree. That length of the arc. So for arc is having for both sector and as well as for the segment. But here we are talking only about sector. Why we are talking only about sector and not about segment means in sector only we are having the angle. Whether in segment do you are having the angle? We are not having the angle. So length of the arc means it indicates the length of this arc sector. Sector arc only it indicates. Okay. So from this theta divided by 360 degree into arc means what? This circumference, isn't it? So circumference of the circle formula is what? Into 2 pi r units. Clear? Length of the arc is what? L is equal to theta degree divided by 360 degree into arc means what? This only I told you know this is the arc. So this is what? Circumference of the circle. So into 2 pi r because circumference of the circle formula is 2 pi r. Clear? Next, area of the sector. Area of the sector means for that also theta divided by 360 degree into, so area means what? Area for which we are going to find? For the area of the circle only, no. So into area of the circle. Area of the circle formula is what? Pi r square. So into pi r square. Clear? Pi r square, square units you have to write. A for area. Clear? Similarly, for area of the sector, you are having another formula also. You can either use this formula or this formula. But where we have to use this formula means in the question they are given the L value means you can apply this formula. In the question they are not given L value and they are given theta value means you have to use this formula. Clear? Clear all of you? So another formula for area of the sector is L r divided by 2 square units. Clear students? So most of the problem what formula we will use means we will apply length of the arc and area of the sector. Based on the two formula only, we will solve more problems in the exercise 2.1. Clear? What is the length of the arc formula? L is equal to theta degree divided by 360 degree into 2 pi r units. Okay. What is the area of the sector formula? A is equal to theta degree divided by 360 degree into pi r square, or A is equal to L r by 2 square units. Clear all of you the formula? Yes. Now we will see still some more formulas there. After writing that, we will continue the exercise 2.1. Clear? This is your page number 2. Why I am writing the page number means to write the classwork in the correct order. Clear? Next we are going to see the formula based on the perimeter. See the sixth formula. Already in page number 2 we have seen the 5 formulas, isn't it? Now in page number 3 we are going to start the sixth formula. See what is the perimeter of a sector. Sector means enclosed with 2 radii and 1 arc, I told, isn't it? So perimeter of a sector formula is, how we are going to find this? See, length of the arc plus length of 2 radii. Okay, this portion and this 2 portion, that only perimeter, isn't it? So L plus R is what? 2R. So perimeter of the sector PL equal to L plus 2R units. Students, for perimeter you should not put square units. You have to put only units. Clear? Now see the seventh formula. Perimeter of a semicircle. Okay, now this is the half of the circle, isn't it? So this arc, this is the length of the arc. So this length of the arc value will be, a length is equal to pi r. Okay, so if you have the remaining down portion, another one pi r. So only we are writing the perimeter of the circles. Perimeter of the circle formula is what? Perimeter means what? Circumference. So circumference of the circle formula is what? 2 pi r. Why we are writing circumference of the circle formula is 2 pi r? Because this arc is pi r and down circle one arc will come, no, there one pi r. So pi r plus pi r is what? 2 pi r. Clear what I am saying? Suppose consider this is the circle. Okay, now I am making this into semicircle. So this side here pi r, then here this side is pi into r. So pi r plus pi r is what? 2 pi r. Okay. Now so far I am telling pi. Okay, this we will say it as a pi. So that what is the pi and what is about this explanation I will give you next. Okay, this means it is the pi. Okay, that is pi. Now see, perimeter of a semicircle formula is what? Perimeter of the sector. Using the perimeter of the sector formula only we are going to find the perimeter of a semicircle. So P equal to L plus 2R we know. Okay, so instead of L what we are having? Pi r, isn't it? So in the place of L I am substituting pi r plus 2r. Here also r, here also r. So take that r commonly out. So if r went outside, your remaining left is what? Pi. Here r went outside, so remaining is only plus 2 units. So perimeter of a semicircle P is equal to r pi plus 2 units. Clear students? Now we will see the eighth formula. Perimeter of a circular quadrant. Quadrant means what? In the semicircle, off portion is the quadrant. Okay. So already we are having the semicircle now. Then in that semicircle, we are making the off. So that is the quadrant. Will you able to understand? So in the semicircle, if you make the off, that is the quadrant. Clear? So in the semicircle, this is the radius and this is the radius. So this is one arc. Arc means what I told. This from here to here only pi r. So in that only off portion we are having. So what we have to write? Pi r by 2. Clear students? This full arc only we have to say pi r. So in that off only we are taking. So it is what? Pi r by 2. Okay. Same using the perimeter of the sector. We are going to find the perimeter of a circular quadrant formula. So length of the arc is what here? Pi r by 2 plus 2r. Here, there also or here also or. So take that or commonly out. So what is left there? Pi by 2. Here or is outside. So only plus 2. Clear? So perimeter of a circular quadrant is equal to or pi by 2 plus 2 units. Clear students? So the main formula we will use, what are the formula is? We will use area of the sector, length of the arc of each of the sector, perimeter of the sector, perimeter of a semicircle, perimeter of a circular quadrant. Using all the formula, we are going to solve the exercise 2.1. Clear now? Shall we start the exercise 2.1? Yes. Students, in exercise 2.1, the first question here we are having is fill in the blanks. See the first question. The ratio between the circumference and diameter of any circle is dash. What is the question? The ratio between the circumference and diameter of any circle is dash. Ratio means what? We have to divide. What we have to divide? Circumference and diameter we have to divide. So, for the ratio, if you find the ratio between circumference and diameter, what is the answer we are getting? That is the answer for this first fill in the blanks. Clear? Circumference of the circle formula is what? 2 pi r. Diameter we can write it as d. Isn't it? So, diameter equal to what? 2 into radius, because diameter means it indicates 2 radius. Okay, so only in the bracket I have written d is equal to 2r. So in the place of d I am writing 2r. The next step, 2 will get cancelled, r will get cancelled. 2 and r get cancelled means remaining is what? Pi. So that is the answer for the first question. Clear all of you? See the second question. A line segment which joins any 2 points on a circle. See, here one point we are having and another point we are having. So if you are joining the 2 points using the line segment, then that line segment is what I have told you? Yes, it is the chord. So the second question answer is chord. Clear? Now third one. The longest chord of a circle is what? Diameter. In the introduction part itself, I have told you so many times. The longest chord is what? See, this is the longest chord in the circle. So, this means what? Diameter. Okay? Diameter only, it will pass through the center. Clear students? So, the longest chord of a circle is diameter. Fourth one answer is the radius of a circle of diameter 24 centimeter is dash. They have given. So what they have given in the question? They have given the diameter value is 24 centimeter. So d equal to 24 centimeter. What we have to find? We have to find what is radius. I think you all know this is very simple concept, isn't it? Diameter, if you need, the formula is 2r. If you need r, the diameter divided by 2. Clear? Radius is equal to diameter by 2. Diameter is equal to 2 into radius. This formula you know from 6th standard, isn't it? Yes. So, radius is equal to diameter by 2. Diameter, what value they have given in the question? 24 by 2 is equal to 12 centimeter. Clear students? Students, when you are writing the classwork, you have to write the solution also. So that only when you are reading for the exam, you will be know how this answer you have got. Clear? Now the last fill in the blanks is a part of a circumference of a circle is called as an arc. Okay, I told you this is the circumference of the circle. In that one part if you are taking, that is what? Arc. isn't it? So the answer is what? An arc. The part of a circumference of a circle is called an arc. Clear, students, all of you? Clear? Yes. See, I have written the page number 4. So based on the page number, you are going to write your classwork. Next we'll see. Students, in exercise 2.1, second question is match the following. That you are going to do by yourself in the book itself. Second question and third question you are going to write the answer in the book itself. Okay, see the third question. I have done the first two diagram answer. Still you are having remaining two diagram. For that you are going to find the answer. That also homework. Clear? Now see the question. Find the central angle of the shaded sectors. So this is one sector and there we are having the sector. So shaded sector we have to, what is the central angle we have to find. Okay, I told you in the notes itself. So to find the central angle, what is the formula? To find a theta means what is the formula? This indicates theta. Theta is nothing but angle. Okay, theta is equal to 360 degree divided by n. So here how many part it has divided? How many sector it has divided? 1, 2. So n is equal to 2 we have to write. Here 1, 2. Only 2 part it has divided. So n is equal to 2. Theta is equal to, in the place of n you have to put 2. 360 degree divided by 2. In 2 table if you divide 360 you will get theta equal to 180 degree. So the answer for the first diagram is 180 degree. Clear? This solution and all you are going to write in your book itself where you are having the space. Clear? See the next diagram. We have to find a theta degree. See how many sector we are having. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are having 5 sector. It is divided into 5 parts. So again the same formula. Theta equal to 360 degree divided by n. N is what? 5. Because it is divided into 5 sectors. So n equal to 5. So theta equal to 360 degree divided by n is 5. So in 5 table if you are dividing we are getting the theta is what? 72 degree. For the second diagram the answer is 72 degree. Clear, students, all of you? Write the third question answer in the book itself. Clear, all of you, how to do this third question? Yes. Students, before this starting the fourth question, I want to explain you about the pi. Pi is an irrational number. It is terminating. It is non-terminating. Okay. Students, this is your fourth question. Before going to fourth question, I want to explain you about pi. Pi is an irrational number. Okay, the value of the pi is 22 by 7. So if you divide 22 by 7, the what value we will get means 3.1415926535. It will goes on. So that only we will say pi is a non-terminating and non-recurring decimal we will say. Okay, so ma'am you are telling this much value for pi, but why they have given in the book pi equal to 3.14 means they have given after decimal only 2 numbers. Okay, now we'll start the fourth question. For the sectors with given measures, find the length of the arc, area of the sector and perimeter of the sector. We have to find, and they are given the pi is equal to 3.14. So wherever you are having pi, you are going to use 3.14. Here the fourth question you are having 4 subdivision. This is your first subdivision. Central angle 45 degree. Radius, R means radius equal to 16 centimeter. They are given in the question. We will start the solution. Given theta equal to central angle means theta. Theta is equal to 45 degree. Radius R equal to 16 centimeter. In the fourth question, 3 values we have to find. The first value what we have to find means we have to find the length of the arc. Okay, what is the length of the arc formula? Theta divided by 360 degree into 2 pi r. Theta value is 45 degree divided by 360 degree. Pi into 2 into pi is 3.14. R is 16. Okay, first I have cancelled here 45 and 360 degree using 9 table. So if I cancel, I am getting the, lastly I am getting 8. So again I am 8 and 16, if I get cancel means your denominator it become 1. So numerator I am having 2 into 3.14 into 2. So 2 into 2 is 4. So 3.14 into 4 is 12.56 centimeter. That is the value for the length of the arc. Okay, students, in fourth question we are having 4 subdivision. All the 4 subdivision we are going to find what? Length of the arc, area of the sector and perimeter of the sector we are going to find. Because in the question they were asking the 3 values. Clear all of you the length of the arc? Yes. Next we will see the area of the sector. Area of the sector is equal to theta divided by 360 degree into pi r square. This is the formula. So theta value here is 45 degree divided by 360 degree into pi value is what they have given. 3.14 into r square. R square means radius we are having r in radius into radius. So radius value they have given in the question is 16. Since we are having r square, 16 into 16. Clear? Again the same calculation for 45 and 360 degree. So 45 and 360 degree if you cancel, I am getting in the numerator 1, the denominator 8. Again I am cancelling this 8 and 16. So the denominator has become 1. In the numerator we are having 3.14, 2 into 16. Clear? So 2 into 16 is what? 32. So 3.14 into 32 answer we are getting 100.48 centimeters square. Students, only for area you have to put centimeter square. For the perimeter and length of the arc you have to write just centimeter or meter. In the question centimeter means centimeter you are going to write. Clear? Here all of you students, since I don't have space here, so I have done the calculation here, but you are going to write the calculation in this side only. Okay students, this is not the page number 5, this is your page number 6. Clear? Next, first what we have found? We have found the length of the arc. Next we have found the area of the sector. Next, last one what we have to find? We have to find the perimeter of the sector. What is the perimeter of the sector formula? L is equal L plus 2R. What is the perimeter of the sector? L plus 2R. So L means what? Length of the arc. Okay, L means what? Length of the arc. Length of the arc is what? 12.56. We have got value, isn't it? Plus 2 into R. So 2 into R value is 16. So 2 into 16. 12.56 plus 2 into 16 is 32. So 12.56 plus 32. See, I have done the addition here. Students, don't write the calculation here. You have to write in this side. This side only you have to do the calculation. Since I don't have space here, I am writing here. Clear all of you? So if we add 12.56 plus 32 means the answer is 44.56 centimeter. You should not put square. Centimeter square you should not put. Because this is perimeter of the sector. Clear? So we have found the 3 value. What is the first value we have found? Length of the arc. What is the answer we have got? 12.56 centimeter. Next, what we have found? We have found the area of the sector. What is the answer? 100.48 centimeter square. Third one is what? Perimeter of the sector. What is the answer for that? 44.56 centimeter. Clear students? Students, I told you when I am teaching the formula, for area of the sector you are having two formula, isn't it? So either you can use this formula or else what is the another formula? Area of the sector is equal to what? LR divided by 2 I told you. Either you can use or else you can not use that formula also. Okay? Yes, we'll see the next subdivision. In fourth question, this is the second subdivision. See the question, central angle 120 degree, D is equal to 12.6 centimeter they are given. D means what? Diameter. In the first subdivision, they are directly given the radius. In the second subdivision, they are given at the diameter. So, if they are given diameter, how will you convert the value into radius? Diameter, radius is equal to diameter divided by 2. We are having one formula. So 12.6 if you divide with 2, we are getting 6.3 centimeter. Okay, so R is equal to 6.3 centimeter. Students, if they are given diameter means first you have to convert that into radius, then only you have to start the problem. Clear? So, how we did the first subdivision, the same procedure we are going to follow. Okay, calculation alone will differ here. See now, the length of the arc formula is theta divided by 360 degree into 2 pi r units. Instead of theta, in the second subdivision we are having 120 degree divided by 360 degree, 2 into pi value is 3.14 into 6.3. Radius is 6.3. See first 0, 0 I am cancelling. In 12 table 36 will come 3 times. So again this 3 and 6.3 if I cancel, I am getting 2.1. So what are the values I am getting in the numerator? 2 into 3.14 into 2.1. So if you multiply 2 into 3.14 means I am getting 6.28. That 6.28 if you multiply with 2.1 we are getting 13.188 centimeter. Okay, so you can make round off also this. 188 means you can write 19 centimeter also you can write. Therefore, the length of the arc is 13.188 centimeter is the answer. Next, what value we have to find? We have to find the area of the sector. What is the area of the sector formula? Theta divided by 360 degree into pi r square. So theta is what? 120 degree divided by 360 degree into pi value is 3.14 into r square means or r is what? 6.3. 6.3 into 6.3. Again 0, 0 I am first cancelling. 12 table 36 will come 3 times. Then 3 and 6.3 I am cancelling. So I am getting 2.1. So what is remaining? 3.14 into 2.1 into 6.3. So 3.14 into 2.1 I am getting 6.594. That into 6.3 if I multiply I am getting 41.54 centimeter square. Students, this calculation I have not done because I am not having that much space. This is easy multiplication only. When you are writing the classwork, you have to do the calculation on the side. Clear? The last one is perimeter of the sector is equal to L plus 2R is the formula. So what is the L value we are having? 13.188 plus 2 into R we are having, isn't it? So 2 into, instead of R what we are having? 6.3. So 13.188 plus 2 into 6.3 is 12.6. So if I add this two number, I am getting 25.788 I am getting. So I am round offing the answer. So 25.79 centimeter I am writing. Clear students? Students, I have done here area of the sector using this formula. You can use another formula. What is another formula? L R divided by 2. You know L value, you know R value. Both L into R value multiply. That answer you have to divide with 2. Clear students? You can do You can do with that method also. Clear? So fourth sum, third subdivision and fourth subdivision you are going to do as homework. With this I am completing the part 1 session. Clear students? Next you are going to get your assignment problem.